All right, y'all. So tomorrow is the Global Dokkan campaign full reveal, and I want to go ahead and talk a little bit more about what I think will be coming, which is Namek, Goku, and Frieza. But in general, I think GDC is going to be just a Z theme. I mean, the teaser, like literally, if you reversed what they said, it basically says GDC is Z, which is very funny. So, I mean, it's pretty much officially confirmed in that point, but it's pretty obvious. Um, we're gonna talk about the idea of two new categories coming for this GDC that has been pretty heavily speculated, which is Z Heroes and Z Bosses. Now, I'm not actually alone today, and I don't know if I've ever had you on the channel specifically before, but Toon Rami is here with me. Hello.
Hey y'all, Toon here.
Yeah, I low-key kidnapped Toon like last minute, and I decided, you know what?
Very last minute.
Yeah,
I'm so unprepared for this video.
very. But you know what? We're both awesome, and we're gonna be able to get through this. We're goated, honestly. But yeah, no. I think this is just a fun video topic to talk about. It's been something that I don't know if you noticed, but the community kind of has talked about like Namek, Goku, and Frieza for a while, but also the idea of them having these type of leader skills. So I'm sure you know we have like GT bosses, GT heroes, movie bosses, those categories. Have you ever thought about like Z heroes or Z bosses being a potential thing, Tune? Or is it just like, you're not really like you don't really necessarily care. Like, what do you think about this?
Well, first of all, which was the first category that we got? Was it superheroes or was it GT heroes?
I believe it was GT heroes and GT bosses were the first ones that we got.
Okay. From the second that we got that, I have been thinking about this. The only thing that made me wonder if they were going to do that anytime soon was just how all-encompassing those two categories could be. Because that's a lot. Well, actually, probably more so Z heroes, because Z heroes will apply to any good guy, basically. But Z bosses is a little bit more restrictive because some characters aren't considered bosses. So then my mind sort of went to Z heroes and Z villains, because I think like excluding all of the non-bosses would just be a disservice to the category. You want to be having like all of the extreme side of Z represented, all of the super side of Z represented. But this has been something that I've thought about since frame one. Two giant categories, two fully justified giant categories. It's not like we don't have those already. We've got pure Saiyans, which is basically everything, so it's not a crazy prospect to have something like that.
Yeah, no, I definitely 100% agree with you. I see some people, in response, and we might even see some responses here of people saying, oh, the category is too large or is too much going on. I don't think it's possible, but I just think that, we have so many just super large categories, and with how leader skills work now, most of the times, if you want to get the full leader skill, you have to meet two categories. So a character could lead, let's say, Z heroes. There's a character that leads Z heroes, but then only Android Cell Saga and then Super Saiyan 2 category characters get like the extra boost, right? And then it's like, oh, they're not all under a full 250% leader skill per se. You actually have to meet the additional requirements. So then if you think about it that way, it's not as disgustingly like, oh, overpowered of a category. And that's what they do with like, even categories like pure Saiyans, for example. But again, I don't think it would be that big of a deal. So I want to highlight this reply. I've actually talked with Ziad for a while, and Ziad actually made categories here about what Ziad thinks could be a Z boss, Z heroes lead. So we're going to take a look here at these categories and see what they look like. And we'll talk about whether or not we think that, some of these characters could be on here. From what I see here, Ziad is also counting the like movies to be in here as well, which I do think makes sense if we consider superheroes as a category, and super bosses also include Dragon Ball Super movies, which is Dragon Ball Super Broly, and then of course superhero. So I mean, this is a pretty massive category. Look at this, dude. We even have like Battle of Z, like, or not, yeah, like the movie, right?
Battle of Gods.
Wait,
Yeah,
Battle of
Dragon Ball
Gods.
Z, Battle of Gods. Yeah.
I was thinking like, oh, Z Saga.
That's gonna be such an annoying issue. The Battle of Gods alone, because you're gonna have Golden Frieza and God Goku in a place that you don't expect them to be.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's gonna be really annoying.
In fact, we could see here in Z Bosses, AGL Golden Frieza should be on here, for example, because he's from the movie. But like, okay, let's take a look here at the Heroes version. I mean, this is just such a vast category that will always be, I think, good for a good majority of the like game's lifespan. And I think it would be just a good category to introduce. Honestly, like even if like let's say, I mean, I don't know if you have any guesses for like who could be the carnival or Dokkan Fest, but if it's Namek, I would expect Super Saiyan Goku to be the carnival, so that Frieza finally gets a Dokkan Fest, right? I think that makes sense.
That's I have been praying for Frieza to get a good like set of leader skills for quite some time. We need a good Frieza in like every sense. So it would have to be Carnival Super Saiyan Goku, which is also
it's kind of funny,
kind of an oversaturated market these days, but I mean, whatever. If it helps Frieza, I'm fine with my 50th Super Saiyan Goku Carnival. Whatever.
I mean, we're gonna get a bunch of them eventually. Like it's like, oh, we're getting another Dokkan Fest Super Saiyan Goku. It's like, well, yeah, we're getting another LR Super Saiyan Goku. Like it's gonna happen. We're gonna get a ton of Super Saiyan Gokus. Like, right? But I mean, we can just keep scrolling down here and look how massive it is. I mean, like if we take a look at some characters, maybe we can get just repeats for in the future. I'm sure that, you know, Cell Saga could be touched on again. Maybe we see Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Saiyan Saga could always get a major celebration in the future. I mean, we'll always get another Gogeta, another Vegito. Maybe one day Krillin gets a Dokkan Fest. I think that could be interesting.
Ha!
It'll happen one day.
You're funny.
One day, bro. It'll happen. Pycon is here as well, which, you know, we got that LR Pycon one time, bro. he's pretty bad now though.
Yeah. All the characters that I want to be good are just trash.
I mean, okay, we'll say this then. In terms of like a Z Heroes buff in the future, what's the first character that you don't think is like unconventional, like not a Saiyan or anything like that, that you think could be added to this team and help out pretty well?
Not unconventional? Oh, you're backing me into a corner here.
Not conventional. So like unconventional, like not a Saiyan or like a typical character.
People tend to hate my picks because they're just random deep cuts, so bear with me. But I'm just built like this, man. I want obscure, weird characters. So I want like, no, I can't say it. That's too late now. All right, I want Olabu, man.
Olabu? I mean, would he be on Z Heroes? I guess he could. I
mean, he's from Z. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's a super class Z character. It's just like, it would be interesting. I guess he probably would be on the category, you know? I could definitely see that happening.
I think that unironically, that would be a great way to give Otherworld Warriors a bit more cachet, because he would maybe be like one of those Z hero leads who also then provides like subcategory bonuses to specifically Otherworld. So if you don't have enough Otherworld, you can bring in some Z heroes to fill out the team. Sort of like what you were saying at the beginning, it's an all-encompassing category which allows you to bring in a lot of options. But if you want to specifically boost up Otherworld Warriors, you can with what you have, and then whatever else you need, you can just tap back into this giant reserve, which is Z heroes.
Yeah, or even as a secondary.
Frankly, any obscure character can do something like that for you.
I would like to see another Candy Vegito. I think that'd be really cool. Another Candy Vegito.
My only concern, the thing about that is, how do you justify that being a premium character? It's a dot.
I mean, like
that's the only thing I'm concerned
with Dokkan original animations. Imagine like he's fighting so fast that like the air around him forms like Vegito.
You know what this is? This is like Obsession, the movie. Yeah. The cheapest movie to be made to reach like $1 billion. That would be this. I mean, the cheapest character ever made to make top gross.
Imagine Super Saiyan Vegito Candy.
Yeah. What even is that? It's a yellow Skittle.
Yeah, he turns golden. I mean, the Metal Cooler goes kind of Super Saiyan, like because he absorbs the Super Saiyan aura, the new one, an active skill. So I mean, they could do something like that where they have the glow. Let's take a look at Z bosses, though. I think this category is a lot more interesting, honestly. I mean, like all these putting movie bosses together with like it's basically like a mixture of movie bosses and sworn enemies. Which I think is really
feel like
cool.
It is. I like this because it brings so many characters that should be together under one very easy to manage umbrella. But what bothers me, and this is the Zarbon agenda, I will not lie, like I'm very biased. I want Zarbon as a character. Zarbon wouldn't be a Z boss, right? And I feel like there's a lot of untapped potential with characters like that, like Pui Pui and Spopovich and Yamu, and like all of the extra characters from these arcs that just wouldn't get a chance to shine in these categories. While I'm happy that we can have, you know, finally Kid Buu, Vegeta, Cell, and Cooler all together, it for me, I feel like I want a little bit more by including those characters in there. Don't you think that Z bosses should extend to not just like the head honchos, but even like the underlings a little bit?
I would like that a lot. I feel like if we go based off of the trend of what they do, I don't think that they would do that, unfortunately. But
Yeah,
I think it would be a good
wouldn't.
idea. I mean, like, let's say, but that's why, like, we would want Frieza to be a Dokkan Fest, because, like, okay, Frieza could lead Z bosses, then also he
Yep.
could lead Terrifying Conquerors, for example. And then it's like, okay, well, Zarbon's under there, and then maybe Zarbon provides support. Like, we have characters that provide support to categories that they don't fit on sometimes, if I'm not mistaken. Or like for example, dang, who is it? It's like, I guess it doesn't really count for Pansy per se, but like Pansy gives support to like Goku and Glorio, for example, like the recent Pansy card, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Something like that. Like Zarbon
Also
can give
Roshi, Pappy Gals,
yeah, exactly.
Z, Battle of Gods, Goku, Hybrid Saiyans.
Yeah. So like again, for like Zarbon can give Z bosses just a ton of support, and then if he just fits Frieza's leader skill, it would be okay. Obviously, it'd be still pretty wonky. Ideally, Zarbon would support 2 categories. But I would rather Zarbon be really good on the team right now and still be able to fit in the team in some aspect of the team. And then it's like, okay, what if we get like another Cell later on in the celebration and then he leads Z bosses as well? And it's like, okay, you could run an entirely different build of Z bosses compared to like a Frieza build, which you also have access to Zarbon. Cell could run like a different set of characters. And I think, you know, being able to mix and match a bunch of these characters, like, you know, there's not ever really been a team where it's like Janemba and then like not Broly, like Janemba and then like Final Form Frieza, or Turles and then like Cell, like don't really necessarily fit a team together. Kid Buu, and then you could say even just like Garlic Jr. I guess they're on transformation boost kind of, but I think you understand what I'm saying. It's like,
Yeah, it's not a conventional pairing that you would typically think to do, but now under an umbrella like this, you would think to do something like that.
and you're looking at this now. This team has 2 pretty silly characters, actually. Where's the other one at? Where's Int Fat Boo? Because he should be on here. Can't find him.
Right side, under Beerus.
Thank you. These guys would actually be in the category. The Future Saga version of 17 and 18. Because, I mean, they would count as Z bosses, for sure. They're like the big bads of the future.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have a team with this guy and this guy on there. So if you needed to, you could cheese short content. Like, this would be a really good category.
I feel like some of the synergy is going to be so screwy with these lineups.
I
Like,
agree, but I think it could just make interesting comps, and like,
yeah.
again,
Yeah,
as
yeah,
long
for
as
sure.
there's good support, it should be able to run a lot smoother. You know what
All
I
I
mean?
can think about right now is how half of these characters don't possess the big bad boss link.
Yeah, that's the big thing.
Doesn't that kind of bother you a little bit?
It does, because like obviously, I mean, Broly doesn't have it. Bootanks won't have it until he transforms. The Beerus's
Vegeta
don't
doesn't
have
have
it. Vegeta doesn't have it. I mean, it really sucks for Vegeta. The androids wouldn't have it, for example. But honestly, like every other character would have it. It's like I feel like more characters on this team would have it than don't. I mean, Subaru wouldn't have
Yeah.
it, for example. Like most of the characters do have it, and I think that if you also pair it with another team, it works out a lot better. For example, so yeah, I mean, I think that the team wouldn't obviously be as well put together as Z Heroes, but it would still be a pretty good team nonetheless. And I think that
Whatever we got to do to help the villains along. So yeah, we'll take
I mean,
what we can.
more villain teams are always welcome, in my opinion. Like,
Yes.
I don't even necessarily care as much about Z Heroes. Like, Z bosses getting in the game would help villains just
I
very,
agree.
very good, right?
I agree.
Then, I don't know, like, I guess from here, Ziad also did show, like, concepts for what Ziad thinks the Frieza lead and Goku lead would be. So, like,
Okay.
this Frieza lead right here, Z bosses, Space Traveling Warriors, Transformation Boost, and then 30% to Terrifying Conquerors, Sworn Enemies, and Planetary Destruction. So this would be characters, like, on the full leader skill. I mean, we can see Goma on here, Perles on here. full power Frieza, STR Cooler. Like those are some relevant recent options. I mean, this STR Cell. If we assume that we got a new cell, this guy I think could make a comeback. Low key.
I've already said that this guy's kind of had a bit of a second wind when we had like the Android updates and stuff. So yeah, he's already poised for a big comeback. But I think coming out of part 2, he's going to be really, really like people are going to be completely flipping the script on this guy. That's been like one of my guesses.
Yeah, I mean, I expect like Android Soul Saga Part 2. I think we all do. So I think seeing that would be really awesome, honestly. And I mean, this looks like it has just a very specific set of characters, but it's a good set of characters that like at the top will form a very strong team. And considering that, you know, we get LR Kid Buu would fit this team because Kid Buu would be on Sworn Enemies, for example. LR Kid Buu would fit, or Cell would obviously fit Z bosses, then Sworn Enemies as well. So like we have these 3 main Z characters as bosses on the team to kind of help circulate the team in a better way. Then imagine like Super Saiyans and then Z Heroes as a team. That'd be kind of crazy.
That's like everybody.
I mean, yeah, it would be a 220 carnival leader, but it would be the best carnival leader I think we've seen.
That's like every really good Super Saiyan character all in one.
Exactly.
250% lead. By the way, 250%. I'm guessing we're going to be getting our first like.
You think we're going to get another leader skill buff increase?
I think so, simply because Arinsu was a non-Dokkan Fest, but basically Dokkan Fest, and her leader skill was just a flat 220%. She did not have the extra little bump there. So I think that was sending a message.
No, she did have. They're here. See.
Look at her primary. It's 170% for HP.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
It wasn't
so
HP
just 220% Dokkan Fest.
So it's just 220% across the board. So for a blue coin character to get a 220% leader skill, I think that is a small sign that we're going to be bumping things up a little bit because we already had 250% health. I think now we're going to jump into a full 250% meta. That's my guess.
How would you feel if they experiment with other stats? So like instead of 250% HP, we see 250% attack for one of these leaders.
I would actually be fine with that. I think that would be another cool direction for them to go in. I just don't know if they would.
I mean, I thought that they would have done that because that's kind of what they did with the original category leads. Like, remember when Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta came out, who was 150, and then Ultimate Gohan came out after, and he was 172 HP and defense and 132 attack. And then we saw a lot of these like characters like that.
That might have been before my time. I don't remember that.
Yeah, that was like back in. Was that at 2017? Yeah, that was 2017.
Yeah, that's before I existed, so you're older than
me. Yeah, in terms of Dokkan, I am, right? But like back then, the leader skills were a flat 150. Like the category leaders introduced 150% from 120. And then we saw 170, 130% splits, right? Where it's like one stat got 130%, 2 stats got 170. So I was thinking when we first saw the 250% HP, we would see that, but we haven't. But imagine having a leader skill that gives you the most attack. Like, imagine, like, let's say, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan in Part 2. It's like, he gives Z Heroes 250% attack.
Yeah.
That would be kind of crazy. And that would be
it would definitely...
But
it would definitely, like, prolong the leader skill archetype shift before having to universally bump it up. Because that would give the game more life for this, like, level of power.
I mean, I just don't see them bumping leader skills until the 13th anniversary, which is kind of weird, but like that's when like the year 10 LRs would easy A, and obviously they could just give them like an extra key and they would just go call it a day. But I feel like at that point, see, like when the next characters with the next leader skill bump get an easy A is when I think we'll get one. So that's my personal prediction for it. But I mean, who knows? I mean, they could do whatever they want. Like, it wouldn't be out of the ordinary if they decided to do that. But yeah, I mean, is there any other thoughts you have on these leader skills or what you want to see Goku and Frieza's lead? Like,
I mean, no, I just as long as everyone can be run on these teams, that's what I want. As far as getting fancy with the subcategories, I don't think that is going to be as much of a concern for me personally. I just want to be able to run more characters under one all-powerful umbrella that's not pure Saiyans. So this is I think by me doing this with you, it's definitely getting my hopes up a lot more. So if it's not Z bosses, I'm gonna unsubscribe. But
I see.
yeah, I do think that this is definitely like the best direction that they could go in terms of a category. It's not like making some sort of a a contrived, ridiculous, stupid category out of nowhere. All that struggle, less resort. All that stuff. Like
Yeah,
it's a
it's like a
category that we
concise
desperately
category.
need. It makes sense. It's easy to understand, and that's all we need. We don't need anything else.
I agree. It's not like imagine someone said, "Let's get a Z category," like all of Z,
Oh,
like that. That's something that'd be
actually,
kind of.
I would actually be down for that. I'm not gonna lie.
I think I would like to see a GT category, and then it's like a GT category where the extra 50% stats, like the second part, is either GT heroes or GT bosses. And it's like, okay, well, GT as a whole, you can fit all GT characters on there, but then one leader has GT heroes as the buff, and then the other one has GT bosses for the full 250%. You get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that. That's really it. I just feel like a Z category would be a little too large. Yeah. I mean, let's take a look here at just general thoughts. As long as they don't treat Z bosses like movie bosses where only the main villains are on it, it'd be good. I mean, like,
That's what I was saying.
imagine if it is like Z villains, and then we get like, for example, I think Ginyu would fit this team, but I don't think Ginyu's minions would fit this team. Like, I think that's one thing that'd be kind of weird. That
You don't think? Wait, you don't think the Ginyu Force would count as Z villains?
no, I think the entire Ginyu Force would, but I think if it's Z bosses, only Ginyu would fit this, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah.
And I feel like, the other Ginyus. In fact, I wonder if Zia thinks the same way here. Like, I don't know if I could find Eijo Ginyu. I don't even think Eijo Ginyu is on here. Yeah. I do think Ginyu could count as a Z boss. Because we've seen like other characters that aren't like necessarily the boss still be on the bosses category. But it'd be like it's up in the air, right? If it's Z villains, we can get, like, let's say if we do get a Zarbon banner unit for Frieza, which is my personal guess is a Zarbon banner unit, because he doesn't even have a TOR yet. We could see him on the team. And then maybe Babidi, Dabura, they could be on the team as well, if like Kid Buu comes out. So it'd just be a lot of extra potential options. And I would like to see that quite a lot. Please for fan service, even though the categories would be limited. I don't think they'd be that limited.
Oh,
Again,
family friendly.
well, you look, it's my channel. It's okay. Z villains, not bosses, but that's probably not gonna happen.
Amen.
People want to see, right? So this is just another leader skill. Like, if we don't get this, legendary existence and Super Saiyans, Planet Namek, transformation boost, Wicked Bloodline. I mean, if they're not gonna add those categories, I could definitely see something like this.
Actually, you know what? I did completely forget about that because we got lost in the sauce with the Z hero stuff. I do want a full Namek saga leader skill. Namek saga itself is just such a underutilized category. So yeah, that we need to just like bump everybody up with that alone. So I do think like, a carnival leader skill doesn't have to just be the one. Like, we can have it be multiple. So have it be Z heroes and Namek saga.
That could work, right? Like a Goku. Here's another leader skill concept here. Z bosses, Terrifying Conquerors, Battle of Fate to Frieza. Oh god, that would be a nasty team. Battle of Fate, Terrifying Conquerors, and Z bosses. Oh,
you know what that basically means? That basically means it's the big bad boss category.
That would just be the big bad bosses category. Like, very little villains would have found this. Like, even like Dabura and Babidi fit in this team. And then we have like all the villains from across like Super and GT, like Omega would be on here.
Instant top tier team.
I mean, this team,
metal cooler with like every other big bad boss.
Yeah, this would be incredibly disgusting, but I would love it actually. Than just Super Saiyans. I could see them giving 2 leader skills. I mean, I said that for a while though. I think they should do that.
I mean,
more.
like you were just talking about how we're gonna slightly bump up the leader skill instead of HP, we bump up attack. I don't think we're being stingy for asking for 220% leads. Like that's
not at all.
Much. We've already done it, haven't we?
Have
we already done 220% leads? No,
like 220% leads, like a dual category.
Yeah, for Carnival.
Yeah, we have. I just who was at the top of my, like, I don't remember at the top of my head who it was, but we have seen that. It was Daima Vegeta. Because he thinks Vegeta family and Daima. Which Daima is a smaller category, but I mean, we could see something like Super Saiyans for Key 220 and then Z Heroes get this. One other thing I've seen people say though is the fact that technically no carnival has released introducing a category by themselves. The only time we've seen that with a carnival was the Daima characters, but we also had a Dokkan Fest Super Saiyan 4 Goku release at the same time.
Right.
So like, I mean, we could sort here. Wait, we could filter this by carnival Lars. None of these characters have introduced a brand new leader skill. Wait, did Jiren introduce Universe 11?
No, Tech. I don't know.
Tech Jiren did, but he's Yellow Corn LR. It's like, again, this is the Tech Jiren was in the era where every character release had a new leader skill, and that's why we have a bunch of these like really bad teams, like All Out Struggle was who came out with the physical Blue Cow Cannon Evolution Vegeta. So, I mean, none of these characters introduced a brand new team with them, except for Daima Vegeta, who also came out with the Dokkan Fest. So I've seen people say maybe we don't see that like Z Heroes and Z Villains because they haven't done that, but that doesn't mean that they can't do that.
Well, actually, we'll just split the workload a little bit. We have one of them introduced as the Dokkan Fest in part 1, and then we have the other one introduced in part 2.
That could work too. Whereas like Z Villains comes out first, and then Z Heroes comes out in part 2. Like with Super Saiyan 2 Gohan leads Z Heroes. That makes sense. I mean, like Super Saiyan
even better probably.
I mean, this it would be better. Just get more category characters on the team overall. This guy leading that team, like I just feel like the family Kamehameha or Father Son Kamehameha is like one of the most iconic moments, just like in the series, obviously. So it would be a good pick. Honestly, like probably more iconic to Z than even just Super Saiyan Namek Goku. You could argue that. I think it's not like out of the question. Probably not true, but
yeah, probably. As much as
it's
I would want to agree with you, because I like Cell Arc, I'm gonna probably say that's not the case. But yeah, I mean, I get what you're coming from. I get what you're saying.
I might be capping. I'm also a big Namek fan. I mean, it seems like people like this for enemies. I'm just reading it. It just seems like the general sentiment is that people like this. Maybe including link skills for additional stats. I feel like that'd be interesting, but I just don't know if Dokkan would experiment that much.
I feel like the links are sort of something that players will passively kind of pick up on. It's not really something that people use to identify characters, like general players. Maybe like more hardcore players would, but yeah, like I'm not gonna be like, hey, I know all characters that belong on, you know, height compatibility, or I know all the characters that belong to Howard.
It's just a thing of like the links. It's like, okay, you know, I get it, but links already give you a boost by activating them anyways. So it's like, it just kind of would be the same thing.
They're an afterthought. They're not really like what you use to identify characters.
Yeah, I mean, well, they can't like they half are like when you're building a team, but not like identifying the characters themselves.
Yeah, but I will say like building categories based on certain category links does make sense. Like I think we've already done that, right? Like, aren't there a couple of categories that are based on the links?
I believe so, but like I guess technically say GT bosses, GT heroes, kind of are on the GT link, for example. Like that's a very
big bad bosses would be a good link, like or a good category.
Yeah, like I mean, I can't like Kamehameha, kind of.
Yeah, Kamehameha is one.
Yeah, Kamehameha is kind of one because some characters don't have the link. But yeah, Giant form is kind of another one. A lot of those characters have like the giant link, for example. Ginyu Force, Team Bardock, like these are characters with links usually. Like sometimes.
Is it special pose? No, I'm thinking signature pose. That's the Ginyu Force.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably more. I'm just not gonna read through every single category because there's a lot. So I think this is good. This is good. We're 30 minutes. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize that time passed by. Anyways, appreciate y'all for watching. Check out Toon, I guess, if you haven't. Toon is really cool.
Nah, don't worry about it. Check out Minato. That's it.
That's true. No, check out Toon, guys. I appreciate you, Toon, for joining in, and I'll go ahead and end the video now. Peace out, guys.
So when are you gonna pay me?
Oh.